Lori Kay is she is from Rome, and I believe this is about the Rome mayoral race, although it involves a farmer, I'm told here, but I think he's dropped out of the race. Lori Kay, good morning. What's going on? What happened with you?
Good morning. Well, just before he started the race, he wanted to make himself look really good.
Okay, so in this case, we're talking about Ron Wagner, who was running for mayor, but no longer is running for mayor, I believe, in Rome. Okay. What happened?
And he knew my daughter grew pumpkins for her discovery degree in FFA, which is Future Farmers of America.
Okay, yeah.
So just before he announced his candidacy, he asked me to come down. He had a deal for Alyssa. And the deal was that she would donate 8 hours a week to his farm after the pumpkin seeds went in, and she would get 33% of the profits.
Wow.
We pounded the pavement, to her and I, to get ballots for him.
Oh, so so this involved doing work on his campaign?
Yep, helping get signatures to get him on the ballot.
That was the agreement, or you offered to do that because he was doing your daughter a favor? That was the actual agreement, or you offered to do that because he was being nice?
The signatures on the ballot, we offered to help him get them.
Okay.
Because of the deal he had made with Alyssa.
The 33% of the proceeds was actually because she'd be volunteering. She'd be working, basically, volunteering her time.
Right.
Exactly. On the farm. Okay.
Right.
Did she volunteer on the farm? Did she work on the farm?
No, it was to go once the pumpkin seeds were planted.
Okay.
Then she was to donate 8 hours every weekend.
I see. And those have not been planted. Got it. Fair enough.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
And we were supposed to work all the special events like the sunflower field and the haunted hayride and all that.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Now, in the meantime, she had an online predator try and come after her.
Mm.
And him being a close friend, he asked us what happened. All of us were really close with him. So my husband and I told him what happened. So we didn't see anything wrong with keeping close friends in the loop.
Okay, right.
Not thinking that
so the predator. How's the predator fit into the story?
Because when I get to the end of it, you'll see how it all fits in.
Oh.
She was used.
Okay, all right.
So everything was going along great, and then he decided to drop out of the mayor's race. Once he did that, I went over to get some cracked corn because we raise ducks and chickens,
mm-hmm.
and he goes, and as for the deal with Alyssa, it's off.
Really?
Like, how do you take a 14-year-old girl who's been through so much already and do this to her?
So when we say she's been through so much, it's the trauma of this online predator that was...
Exactly.
And was the online predator, we're calling, without, I don't want to use that person's name, online, were they tied to the campaign in some way?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This person was in Virginia.
Okay, so it's an online predator, and did it... that was just an aside, right?
Like a trauma.
So she was online for her own private business, and the online predator was causing...
Right. She had a game that had a chat room in it.
Okay. And which, by the way, we once went on. Parents should understand this. This was a long time ago. We once went on back when, it said to be 20 years ago. We were working together. Do you remember when we went on AOL chat and we portrayed ourselves as a 15-year-old female?
Mm-hmm.
It was unbelievable the number of guys that were hitting.
And I'm telling you, even when you think you have and this is for all parents that might be listening, even when you think you've put every safety precaution in place, they can still get through.
Yeah. So I just want to make this. That is true. They find a way, and the kid thinks they're talking to another 15-year-old. And when in reality, it's some piece of garbage from who knows where, that the big plan is they're going to find a rendezvous. And they'll travel. Yeah. And it's very, very dangerous. So I just want to make this clear, though, that it's basically she went through a trauma based on this internet scumbag. And but that person had nothing to do with Wagner's campaign.
Right.
No,
nothing to do
not
with. So I want people to separate the two.
Yeah.
That your complaint is not that he had anything to do with being an online predator.
Oh,
but
no, he had nothing to do with that.
So what you're saying,
but
though,
he knew
is
what she went through, and
okay.
he still used her to make himself look better in the public's eyes.
So is it what she went through? Is that why? Is that what prompted him to reach out and say, you know what, I know you've been through a lot. I'm going to offer you this. Is that the case?
No, because he reached out to us before this happened.
Oh, okay. So he was just looking. He reached out. It was public. It was made public that he was doing this for your daughter? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was it in the paper?
I have the original post that he.
Okay, so it was on Facebook.
Donating it to, yes, it was on Facebook.
So what you're saying is the moment after all she's been through, the moment the campaign ended,
he ended the
agreement, which you guys had already. Now are you saying you probably had this whole thing not happen, you probably wouldn't have helped him on his campaign? That probably never would have happened.
No, we would have. We were friends with him,
okay.
So we would have helped him anyways.
Yes,
because
okay.
we thought he was a decent human being.
Yeah. So now he gets out of the campaign and he's saying the deal's off.
Yep.
And
he growled at me. I don't know how else to explain. As his exact term. As for the deal with Alyssa, it's off.
So why
I don't want her on my farm?
Why?
Well, fine.
Why was he angry? Was he angry with you for some reason? Why was he angry?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I think he was angry that he really wanted to get in that mayor's race, and I think he took it out on everybody.
Okay.
When he dropped out.
And you're basically upset that through this mayor's race, you hit the pavement, you helped get signatures, you did all the things that, and a lot of that was because there was a good relationship. He was doing this for your daughter, and then the minute the campaign ends, he kicked her out of the wayside.
How come he quit the campaign?
Yep.
I don't know why he got out.
What was the reason?
Do you know why he?
I don't think he thought he could get enough signatures.
Okay, all right.
Can I ask as well? Is there any chance that he said, "You do this for me, and I'll give you 33%," and then he found out that he had some costs in manufacturing pumpkins or renting a booth wherever she was going to sell them? That this was part of it, or you have no explanation as to why he pulled the plug on that deal?
I have no explanation as to why.
All right. All right. Well, we'll reach out to at least give Ron a chance to. He should have the opportunity to be able to speak for himself here. But at this point, he's pulled out of the race, so he is not running for mayor in Rome. Knowing this, you probably wouldn't have voted for him had he run for mayor, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Lori. Interesting, and we'll follow up on it between today and Monday. Okay.
Okay. Well, like I said, the thing that makes me angry is the fact that he used her, knowing the trauma that she went through.
Yeah. Okay.
He still did it himself.
Yeah.
So that makes him no better than the online predator.
Well, but hang on. What do you mean? What do you mean he used her, knowing the trauma she'd been through? You said the agreement was in place prior to this predator reaching out.
Right, and he knew it, and he knew everything that was going on throughout the whole while CAC was working on it and everything. And
so the pulling out of the deal happened afterwards.
And he saw the trauma that she went through.
Yeah. And
he still added to that trauma just absolutely heartless about it.
Yeah. Well, there are other ways we could back out of a deal.
To have some kind of explanation would probably been a better thing for you.
Yeah. Okay, Lori, I am going to get I do want to give Ron a chance to speak for himself, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thanks so much. I appreciate the call.
You're welcome.
I'm glad to find out, though, that I think the takeaway from this whole thing is the online predator deal.
Yeah.
Where
absolutely.
Your kids are they're never completely safeguarded from this sort of thing.
No, they're not. And she has been through so many internet safety courses. They had one in school. I was making sure that she was safe at all times, never knowing that an innocent little sounding game called Builder Buddies had a chat room in it where there are adult men grooming girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what the game was. It's called Builder Buddies. And that was,
those are buddies.
it's an innocent sounding game, and I'm sure the game has nothing to do with it. It's just these predators look for safe places like that.
Where kids are. Yeah. So, all right, Lori, thank you for the time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Davey, see if you can call out there and grab Ron. See what are you saying to me?
You ain't going to get him today because he's the head of the farmers market in Rome on Friday.
Oh, okay, all right, got it. Thank you. It's always nice to have someone from Rome to be able to fill us in on what.
You're not going to get him.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
telling
even
you the
try.
truth. He
we're not saying you're lying. I trust you.
Towards Westgate Shopping Plaza.
We'll get him on Monday. He deserves the opportunity to be. And I don't know why all that happened. It doesn't. It sounds like there's more to the story than we're hearing. So he should have the opportunity to be able to speak on his own behalf.
What happened to the good old days, though? I'm just going to throw this out there. Whatever happened to David? Get the phone, run out there to Rome, and get him on the air days. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Tell him. Go ahead. Tell him.
I mean, this is what I had to deal with, Davey. It was like, Joe, hurry up, get out there. You got to get this
quickly.
done. Get him on the air. Don't call till you do.
Those were the.
Well, Joe,
Come on out there.
get out there at that farmer's market. Start knocking on some doors.
I'll take 4 of them squash, and here, hold the phone.
If Andrew has a cell phone, though, Davey, could you check with Andrew, and because we could still grab him while he's taking cucumbers and loading them onto the tabletop. All right, hold tight. We'll come back here at WIBX.